everyone, welcome to the QuesterMage and welcome to today's video about games that support mouse and keyboard on the Nintendo Switch. So for a while now, one of my curiosities on the Nintendo Switch are what games work with mouse and keyboard. I have made a few videos on the channel talking about games like Astroneer, No Man's Sky and Remnant. If you haven't seen those, please do take a look. But in today's video, I want to go through 3 games that I tested with the mouse and keyboard on the Nintendo Switch to see which ones worked. The first game I want to take a look at is Civilization 6. And just in case anyone's watching this and doesn't know, the Nintendo Switch has an inbuilt compatibility with a mouse and keyboard. All you have to do is plug in a 2.4 GHz dongle and your mouse and keyboard will work. Well, generally your keyboard will work for any text boxes that will appear on screen and some games, and the mouse is the pickier of the two and doesn't work with many things. If a game is to support a mouse and keyboard, from what I understand, the developers are the ones that have to make this work. Now with that said, let's go into Civilization 6 and take a look to see if this setup works. So the first thing I noticed is we can skip the intro video by pressing the escape button. That's always generally a good sign for games. One of the first things I try is to press that escape button when the game starts up, and if it jumps to the main menu and goes through the main menu, chances are the mouse and keyboard are going to work. So here we are in the main menu. Can I do anything here? Oh no. No, I can't. No. Doesn't seem like it. Doesn't seem like I'm pressing the WASD buttons, the escape button. Nothing seems to work. The enter button, the spacebar button. Let me try tab. Tab doesn't work. Shift tab, alt tab, Windows button. None of that works. Let me try this, but oh, well, that's done something. That's a console command bar. I wonder if you can use that in-game to do anything. Well, that's interesting. Never found that before. I'm also noticing as I'm pressing the buttons that the game is actually slowing down. If we take a look at the top left-hand side, that circle/compass animation, you can see that as I'm pressing buttons, I'm actually slowing that down, which is a little bit weird. Don't know why that's happening, but you can definitely see that if you hold down a button on the keyboard, that just stops moving. Wonder why that is. So I can write in stuff like testing, nothing happens, press the enter bar, nothing. Okay, so let's go into the single player then and take a look at what we can do in the game itself. Okay, and we're back. This is the first screen you see when you boot up the game on Nintendo Switch. I'm pressing buttons again. Nothing seems to work. So let's try that console command. I did type in testing earlier. So it does work like computer. When you press up on a console command, the previous console command appears, but nothing's happening. Let me just quickly take a look online and see what type of console commands there are for this game. Alright, I'm back, and I've seen that there are 2 console commands, and I'm going to try both of these for the Nintendo Switch. One is Reveal All, and the other one is Explore All. So let's try Reveal All and see what happens. I don't think this is going to work, but hey, you never know. Right, so Reveal All, and enter. Well, that worked. Well, at least something worked. This looks like we're unlocking stuff. Let's see if it skips to another one. There you go then. The console command Reveal All does work in Civilization 6 on Nintendo Switch. Interesting. You can do that obviously with a keyboard. Don't know how you do that with the Joy-Con or a Pro Controller. Don't think you can. But interesting to see that that functionality is actually still present in the game. So I'm going to jump cut from here, restart the game, and I'm going to try Explore All to see what the difference between those two is. Here we are. Now let's follow the same process and see what happens when I type in Explore All. Here we are, Explore All, enter. So what's the difference between both? I'm just assuming it's going to work. Oh, it seems like it's working. Okay. That's the same, isn't it? Surely. Oh, I can see that the map is still obscured. Right, so Explore All just reveals some things and keeps the map obscured, whilst Reveal All obviously does what it says on the tin, which is reveal everything. Right, I thought that was actually quite interesting. That's more functionality than I thought we would have with the Nintendo Switch version of Civilization 6. The other thing that I've noticed is the escape button actually consistently works in the game. If you're in the game, you press the escape button, it goes into the options menu. But that's it. That's the only thing that works there. The mouse doesn't work at all. I couldn't get the mouse to do anything in the game, which is a bit of a shame. But hey, that's Civilization 6. Hopefully, that was interesting. And now, on to the next game. Actually, before I forget, I think it is interesting for testing purposes that I mentioned the version of the game as it currently is on the Nintendo Switch. So, Civilization 6 currently is version 1.2.17. So if you are testing this after this update and it doesn't work, that's probably why. They've probably patched it out. Or if it does work and more things work, like hopefully now the mouse works, that's why as well. So the next game we're going to move on to is Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition, and as you can see here, it's currently running at version 1.0.2. So let's see if this game is indeed compatible with mouse and keyboard. Alright, started up the game. BioWare. Pressing the escape button, but nothing's happening so far. Not a good start. Okay, Dungeons & Dragons. So here's the intro. Let's see if I can skip the intro by pressing the escape button. Oh, it worked. Oh, well, that's interesting. That's a good sign. Okay, let's wait for the game to load up and see if we do have compatibility here. Okay, here's the main menu. I am pressing buttons. Nothing seems to work. Okay. I'm using the 8BitDo M30 to actually navigate the menus here in case I need it. Because I did notice actually, if you have the Joy-Con attached to the Switch and both of those are in the dock, the mouse and keyboard won't work at all. You have to have the two Joy-Con detached from the Switch itself, or you have to have a Pro Controller or something like that. So let's start up a brand new game and see, well, by brand new, go straight into chapter 1 and see if I can control the character with mouse and keyboard. But I am wondering if this will work. Oh, I have to create a character quickly. I'll just pick one. Right, I've picked my character, and now let's see what happens in game. This would be an awesome game for mouse and keyboard to work on Switch. I'd really, really like for this to work, because I think it's just such a nice setup having the Switch in the dock and then a mouse and keyboard, and you can play it like as if you're on computer. So, oh, right, here we are in game. Let's see. Start pressing buttons. Nothing seems to work. That was on the pad. So far, nothing works on a mouse and keyboard. Yeah. Let me get through this conversation. Come on. Yep. Whatever. Yep. Right. What can I do here? Just move my character. Again, that's with the D-pad. So, right, press the minus button. Ah! I'm moving the mouse cursor with the mouse itself. That's interesting. Oh, can I get rid of this? Can't see how I can get rid of this. Oh, that's interesting, but it doesn't seem like I can actually get the character to move. So the buttons don't seem to work. But I am moving the cursor around. Can I pick this up? No. Yeah, it just doesn't work at all. I wonder if I use the controller to use it as a mouse button if it works. Oh, it does work. If I hold down the button on the controller and use the mouse, that works. I wonder why they just don't leave these controls in the game itself. It's just so confusing to me. Because obviously we can see here that the mouse and keyboard are indeed compatible-ish with this game. Why not just leave the controls working completely? I don't know. I think it would be a benefit. Do you think it would be a benefit? Let me know in the comments. I really do. I'd love to play these games like this. Not all the time, of course, because it is a handheld console, and console games also come with the benefit for some to be using controllers. I don't mind using controllers, but with games like this, I'd love to be able to have the option to use a mouse and keyboard. But no, can't move the character around at all. So that's a little bit weird. Again, trying all the buttons, but nothing seems to work. Let me try another room. Okay, here we are outside, and oh, straight into a conversation. Okay. Nothing else seems to work. I do wonder though, again, can I just use the controller as the mouse button? Can I move my character now? Ah, well, that worked. Right. So once again, if we use the mouse and then use the controller button as the mouse button, if you will, you can just navigate around. This isn't very comfortable to do anything else except for moving around, but at least the mouse does work. But the compatibility, unfortunately, isn't 100%. That's a bit of a shame. Does mouse and keyboard work? I guess so. Some functionality is there, just not enough that I think it would be a comfortable experience to play this for a long period of time with a mouse and keyboard. So I guess we're going to have to move on to the last game for this video. For the last game in this video, I thought I would revisit Quake II on the Nintendo Switch, which we know does work with mouse and keyboard, so fantastic thumbs up there. But there's a specific game that's been included in this version of Quake II, which is Quake II 64, and I'm wondering if that works with a mouse and keyboard. Let's see if that works. The version of Quake currently on Switch is version 1.1.1, so let's jump to the game. Okay, here we go, we're in Quake II 64. Does it work? Yes, it does. Fantastic. This is one of the things that I love about the Quake 2, I guess, collection that we have now on Nintendo Switch and other consoles, but specifically for the Switch, because this is the one I have. We have normal controller controls, we have gyro controls, and we have full mouse and keyboard controls. This is excellent. I have the original Quake 2 on Nintendo 64, so this is just, oh, this is amazing. This is just great. I never thought I'd be able to play this game with a mouse and keyboard. I wonder if that secret still exists. Yeah, it does. Oh, that's awesome. And the game looks so much better. I remember the game looking pretty fuzzy on CRT TV, but look how crisp that looks absolutely great. This game in general looks fantastic. Shame we didn't get a retail version of this at normal retail. I would have been very interested to buy Quake 1 and Quake 2 in a retail box. Shame they didn't do that. I know they did it via limited run. I think it was separate as well, but I'd love to have Quake 1 and 2 bundled together in a retail box. Why can't I get on top of these boxes? There must be a way to get that item. Figured it out. I want to get that item. All right, let's wait, and huh! Yeah, invisibility. Lovely. But the game, as you can see, is running really, really well. I can't believe I'm playing Quake 64 with mouse and keyboard controls on a Nintendo Switch, which is weird. But amazing and awesome. Hopefully this video is interesting for all of you. This is, again, one of the things that I'm very curious about on Nintendo Switch, which is using different styles of controllers to see what works with what game. And here, with mouse and keyboard, with these three games, Quake II 64 works fantastically, Quake 2 in general. Mouse and keyboard support seems to work for every game in this, I guess we can call it a collection. Civ 6, only the keyboard for the command controls and the escape button, which is a bit of a shame. And Neverwinter Nights, well, some things work, but not really what I would call playable, but interesting nonetheless. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I really hope that developers will see things like this and think, why don't we just leave this control method in the game if there are people that are interested in it. Now, I don't know how much interest there is in the gaming community on the Nintendo Switch to see mouse and keyboard controls used more in games. So I'll leave that question to you, the viewer. Do you have an interest in using mouse and keyboard, playing Nintendo Switch games? Did you even know that you could do that? Let me know down in the comments. But I think more options are just better. And again, I like to play games in different ways depending on my mood of the day. Today, I really wanted to test out a game with mouse and keyboard, and here I am playing mouse and keyboard games on Nintendo Switch, and that's exactly what I like. Versatility when it comes to the games. But again, let me know down in the comments, what do you think of mouse and keyboard support on Nintendo Switch? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Let's have a discussion about it. So that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you very much again for watching. If you like what I do here, please click that like button down below. Helps out the channel a lot. And if you want to see more, please click that subscribe button, as that is the only way this channel can grow. Now, I hope you liked this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. And until then, thanks again.